Okay, this is part two of how worthiness can interfere with discernment. Unworthiness, how it can interfere with discernment, right? So, one incident where it happened in my life, you'll have to go watch part one. This part two. So, the year my mom died in 2023, um, so at the end of 2022, my path crossed with a guy um from my past that I dated, whom I loved. Oh, mm, I loved him. Um, and still had the warm and fuzzies for him. And men don't normally get that from me. I don't never get the warm and fuzzies from somebody I've already dated. I mean, I know the best of you. No warm and fuzzies here. But that man always give me the warm and fuzzies. So him and I path crossed. So started talking immediately. All those feelings from all those years. Him and I hadn't talked in 13 years. But all the emotions and feelings and everything just came back as if time didn't pass. And I am caught up in the rapture. I am caught up in the rapture. Um, I can't see nothing but him. Don't want to know nothing but him. Just caught up in the rapture. Okay. Um, Needless to say, I loved it. I love everything about this man. His face, his nose, his eyes, everything about him I love. It's not a it he has some ways that I don't like, but nothing that's a big deal. Besides two who have two way two things as far as character is concerned. But we'll speak about that in a minute. So him and I are talking kind of basically in a full on love affair. That's what it felt like. And my mom is dying. So it's like we see each other and then boom, my world flattens. And he is there. And I mean, he is there. Like, he could call me and be like, hey, are you okay? And I'd be like, no. He know every time he call, it's when I'm not okay. And he'd be like, I can feel that something's wrong. And immediately, wherever I'm at, if I could be at home, I could be in my best friend's house at the time, he's coming there and he'll let me lay in his lap and cry. And I would cry, boo hoo, and cry. He never wanted me to cry alone. Like, he was big about that. He was like, I don't I don't want you to cry and nobody embraces you like that. He was big on that. Um, and without fail, every time, I am a mess. He is there. He is there to wipe it right on up, child. And that's why this story is bittersweet for me, because of everything that he did when my mom died, man. Oh, I'm telling you, he he's just there. What do you need? What do you want? What do you need? What do you want? What do you need? What do you want? Whatever I need and whatever I wanted, that's what he wanted to do. And it just was so much of it. Like, it even got to the point that he gave me a platinum credit card. And if you ever find yourself stuck or anything, just use this. I'll pay it off. Like, it was like full support, you know? On top of, I there is a special place for him with me. And I just have to own that. That's just what that'll be that, you know. Nothing will ever come of it, but that just will be that. But at a time that I needed him, he was there. He was there. And as I started to get stronger, um, as I started to get stronger, um, find my way, with my mom not being here, and you know, trying to do all the things that's required of me and function every day. Um, so as I got stronger, as I became stronger, I slowly saw the dynamics change with him and I. And I felt that I was getting a little codependent in a situation that's not, it just was not a situation you need to be codependent in. Um, and so I told myself, hey, you gotta, you're falling head over heels, but there's some little stipulations in here, girl. You gotta pay attention to. So if I be completely honest, he had a girlfriend that was living with him. And at the time that I passed across, I had somebody as well. So we are engulfed in this, and we both have somebody. Well, my somebody lasted for about a year of him and I, but my other somebody lasted about a year, and we just slowly walked away from it. And his never ended. And I kept telling myself, hey, don't go too far into this. This is what this is, right? And as much as I didn't want to, at one, I'll talk about this too on the counsel of me. One part of me was like, you know better. And the other part of me was like, but I want it. I really, really, really want this. And it's like a part of me said, okay. So every time enough was like, it was getting too much, a part of me was like, come back. Why are you going too far with this? Come back. a part of me will be like, hey, come back, and I'll back off, he'll be like, where you going? But the more I back off, the more he's, you know, coming close. And so I had to start making some hard back offs like, hey, you know, this is pissing me off. I don't like this. I don't like that. Because you need to back yourself up from this. This can be something one day and nothing the next. So in 2024, I had a dream that I had snakes in my midst, a snake. And I was like, what does that mean? So I called my Aunt Johnny me. I was talking to her, and she was like, it could mean that, somebody just doesn't have your best interest. Never thought it was him. Never ever thought it was him. Anyway, me and this man talk about everything. Everything. We talk every day, all the time. And so I had to start backing up of like talking to him every day. Back off with sharing so much stuff with him. It's just back off from that. At first I didn't know what was coming. God was just like, this is gonna end up very bad if you don't detach from this. So I'm doing all I can to detach, and the more I detach, the closer he comes, the more aggressive he is. And I'm like, Misty, this is a part of me keeps saying, Misty, don't lose sight. This is not what this is. Mm-mm.
I heard that.
No.
I heard that.
No. But you need to get ready for bed, though.
What's up?
Move, Daniel. This is my video diary, so let mommy finish, okay?
Okay.
Thank you.
Dad, is my phone in here?
No, I don't think so.
I've been here when Papa was here.
Daniel. They're not.
Sorry.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Okay, so the snake thing happened. I told him about the dream too. I was like, why would I have, But my aunt was like, just sit back and watch people. She was like, just watch them. Just see what they'll do. Just watch them. So I started doing that in 2024. Just watch people, And I started seeing some things. I was like, okay. Not just with him, but I had other stuff going on too. I'm watching it too, and I'm like, my friendship with my bestie was basically falling. Both of them was falling apart, and no matter what I said or did, I couldn't stop it. It just was falling. And of course, everything I was going through with them, I'm telling him, and he's my confidant, my comforter, at the time. And then 2025 comes along, and I tear my meniscus and my MCL, and I didn't know it. I just knew tried to get out the bed and could not walk. I could not walk. So I could hop. And so I'm thinking maybe if I take pills, it'll go away. It just kept getting worse. So I had to take off from work. And I'm going back and forth to the doctor. They don't know what's going on. Getting scans, trying to find relief. Because this is a painful ordeal. Okay, can't sleep, like it's just painful. Can't eat nothing, just pain. And I noticed I was telling him about my knee, and all of a sudden he became very disinterested. And so, like so, I was like, okay, thank you for showing me who you are. I just stopped answering the phone. I stopped talking to him. And my sister, she really, really loves him, but everybody do. And he's texting her, asking her about me, and I guess they going back and forth. And so she tells me, "Oh, somebody's coming to see you." And I was like, they better ask me first. So he comes. It's like, "Oh, your knee is really hurt." Yeah, it's really hurt. So, do you need me to do what you need me to do? Woo, woo, wop, wop. Okay. So, I'm keeping my eye on it and open. Something just wasn't right. It just wasn't right. And the part of me that was over this was now very loud. The little kid in me, she loved every minute of it. But the grown up me was like, this some bullshit, Misty. That's what this is. And the God inside kept telling me, this man is about to get married and ain't gonna tell you nothing. And lo and behold, the day before this man get married, he is at my uncle's funeral with my family at the repast, like we together. And I'm like, this is odd. But before that he had done some odd stuff too. Like showing up to my house unannounced, be, being very nervous, like pouring out his heart. I want you to know I always love you. And I've never loved nobody like I love you. And I'm like, okay, okay, fine, whatever. He didn't say, Mister, I get married tomorrow. Nothing. About a week, 2 weeks after my uncle's funeral, I was laying in the bed and I click on Facebook, and his sister posted a picture of him, her, and their uncle. And he looked so handsome. And I'm like, she looked like a bridesmaid, you know? So of course I scroll down and Jesus Christ, I saw wedding pictures. Beautiful, beautiful place. He was such a handsome groom. Any place with the aesthetics that beautiful, you took time to plan that. It looked like it cost a lot of money. And it's a part of me that wanted to pass out. It was a part of me. I couldn't sleep. I couldn't eat. A part of me was like, baby, the flabber was gasted, okay? But I had to take accountability for being warned, but not let the love I have for this man go. Mm-mm. It and I learned the snake that was in my midst was always him. He was engaged this whole time, probably. He knew they were planning a wedding. Said nothing. Everything but that. We've talked about his father died in the midst of all this. His father passed, and I'm being there emotionally for him because I know what it feels like. I'm my mom, and he was there for that. So every day he wanted to stop by and cry on my shoulder, or lay on my lap and just cry. I was available for that because he was there for me. But all this time he had been planning the wedding. And there's a part of me that just was not okay. It just wasn't. There was a part of me was saying, girl, I tried to tell you. Girl, I was telling you. But you weren't paying attention. And there's a part of me was like, no, she needs to own her responsibility in this. This didn't have to be like this. You made it that way. I told you what it was, and you did not listen. And that's foul. That's foul. And so I took accountability of what I didn't do and how I could have walked away from this situation with clean hands, you know. And I wouldn't say anything to him about it. He still don't know that I know. But he texted me. Christmas is coming up. What is your wish list? What's Daniel's wish list? And I'm telling you, when you deal with a man with money, it gets very peculiar. Because he can buy you whatever you want. If I tell him pay my mortgage, he'll pay it. But he's not good with emotions. That's what he used his money for. And so, even though it took all about the wind out me, I told myself, I'm not gonna let this harden me. I'm not gonna let this make me a dog, make me a demon. I'm not gonna let this do that. No. Because that means I carry his sins on my back. And I ain't the one lied. I ain't the one deceived and manipulated. And why should I carry that around? So I am choosing not to do that. And I am choosing to nurture the part of me that's wounded. The part of me that felt like this I'm watching somebody else live my life. I'm giving grace and compassion and empathy to that girl. The girl who didn't feel like she deserved better than that. I have to nurture that girl because she's wounded. And every time the thought comes up, I just tell her, I love you, Misty. And we're going to get through this, but we're going to make better decisions because we're not going to be breadcrumbed. If the least somebody can do for you, if that's the least that they can do, it's what they always do, that means more can be done. And it was so easy for him to say, "What do you want? What do you need? What do you want? What do you need? What do you want? What do you need? What do you want?" Easy. Never asked how you feel. Besides when he felt that I wasn't okay and I was missing my mom, I was having a hard time, he would ask how would I feel. But as far as throwing money, after that, it was I'll throw money at whatever you feel. And I'll make you think that I don't love this lady. And I'm gonna make you think when you're grown enough to know better, I'll make you think that this is one thing when it's really not. We're planning the whole wedding and you will never know. You know? And for that, you know, I take full responsibility for that. Um, because if I felt worthy, I wouldn't have never. I'd have walked away sooner. Thank you for helping me, with the grief of my mom. Thank you. And thank you for all your generosity, but no, I didn't do that. No. And so having to find that out that way was very, very hurtful. And it just made me understand the snake that's been in my midst the whole time. It's been him. It's been him. So I wish him love and healing um, for the person inside, because a happy person don't won't try to wreck another person. A person that feels wrecked inside will do that to another person. I wish him all the healing, but I wish myself all the growth and all the healing as well, and that we will never see a situation like this ever again. One and two, um, I will not be breadcrumb with the bare minimum. And three, I will get what I deserve because I would treat myself in a way and talk to myself in a way that's worthy. So people who want me to feel unworthy won't even cross my path, because that's not the frequency I'm gonna be on. So my frequencies are changing. The energy is changing. And so that will manifest in real life situations. Stay tuned. Namaste.